2025 in technology, two-time Pennsylvania finalist, and just a little bit about me. Yeah. Next slide.
Next slide.
Next slide. Yeah. Thank you. And my presentation is on robots with brains, and this is AI and machines. Thank you. Next slide, please.
Next one.
Thank you. And just before getting started, I would like to kind of present a few definitions. So a large language model are AI systems trained on vast text data sets to understand, summarize, translate, and generate human-like language. And machine learning is a branch of artificial intelligence where systems learn from data to identify patterns, make decisions, and improve with experience without being explicitly programmed for every task that they complete. Next slide, please. And here's an introduction. So what exactly are robots with brains? And before we do that, I know everybody knows what a robot is, but a robot is a machine capable of carrying out a complex series of actions automatically, especially one programmable on a computer. And AI is technology that enables computers and machines to simulate human learning, comprehension, problem solving, decision making, creativity, and autonomy. And when you combine these two thoughts together, you get robots with brains, which are robots that can think, learn, create, and adapt using artificial intelligence. Next slide, please. Okay. So here's a brief history on robotics and AI, and the first conception of robotics, believe it or not, occurred around 3000 BC in ancient Egypt, which I believe was their ancient water clocks, which used human figurines to strike the hour bells. And in the first century, Roman author Petronius Arbiter made a doll that could move like a human being, and he used these for actually his comedy skits. And the earliest modern robots, as we know them, were created in the early 1950s by George C. DeVoe, who was an inventor from Louisville, Kentucky. And in 1972, the first robot to use artificial intelligence was when engineers at Stanford created Shaky, which could accomplish a variety of goals such as navigating its way across a room, pushing a box across the floor, and it accomplished this by observing the world around it, creating plan, and executing. And we see the rise of AI here through in the 1950s from the father of modern computers, Alan Turing, during his famous Turing test. I'll have more on that later. And the 1990s and 2000s were revolutionary for AI due to advancements in internet technologies, which allowed for the sharing of data sets for machine learning. And the early 2010s to now was the rise of deep learning, large language models, and generative artificial intelligence, which transformed AI as a laboratory curiosity to a central infrastructure of everyday modern life. Next slide, please. Thank you. Let's see. And this is just a little graphic timeline that I like, and it has a lot of steps of the rise of robotics and AI together. And you see there's the most important ones, in my opinion, were Turing's test, which assessed whether a machine could exhibit a behavior which was indistinguishable from a human in a conversation, and it was set up by having a human sort of judge have a conversation with the machine and the human through text-based communication, but the subject did not know which was the AI or which was the robot and which was the human. And if the human judge cannot tell the difference between the machine and the human, then the machine passed the test. And this test served as a foundational concept on AI, which in computer science in general, and foresees concepts such as machine learning, natural language processing, and the ethical implications of AI. Another important part in, Shaky, which I've just talked about, which was the first robot to actually use AI. And other important ones, obviously virtual reality, and Honda creating the the first series of humanoid robots. Yeah. Next slide, please. Oh, and this is how AI and robotics work together. So deep learning, finding the best path. AI is presented with a series of different paths that it can choose, and deep learning enables it to choose the best one. And we have machine learning, which is decision making and planning for AI, and computer vision through object detection, identification, and classification. This is more commonly used in sensors, and Tesla recently stopped using this technology in their self-driving system. NLP, which is natural language processing, and which is the understanding of human language. This is most recently seen in Apple's AirPods Pros, which allow for live translation of languages. Speech synthesis, more commonly known as text-to-speech, and automatic speech recognition, which, if you have an iPhone, this is how Siri only responds to your voice when you call it. Generative AI, natural speech and text production, you would most commonly know this through like ChatGPT, Claude AI, and Perplexity, other AIs such as that. And reinforcement learning, or self-learning on trial and error, which allows the AI to better itself on its own. Next slide, please. Here. Got it, okay. And here's some real-world examples of AI and robots. And the first is in the automotive industry. So assembly line automation, which an example of this is Tesla's AI-powered robots, which improves performance and precision in vehicle production. Self-driving technology, self-driving technology uses AI enabling navigation, obstacle detection, decision making, which allows a vehicle to map and interpret their surroundings, which moves it closer to full autonomy. The healthcare industry, surgical assistance is a big tool that we're seeing AI and robots used for. And an example of this is Da Vinci's surgical system, which uses AI for enhanced precision during minimally invasive procedures, which will reduce patient recovery times, and already has done so in recent years. Rehabilitation support, and actually pretty cool example of this is AI-powered robotic exoskeletons, which assist patients recovering from injuries or surgeries by providing physical support and real-time feedback. The aerospace industry has also seen revolutions with AI and robotics through space exploration, where NASA actually employs robotic arms with AI to assemble spacecraft and conduct maintenance in space. Autonomous inspection with drones and robotic systems with AI capabilities. They actually inspect the aircraft and monitor for structural issues, which ensures the safety of the crew and reduces downtime. And lastly, in the agricultural industry, precision weeding, and robots such as, if I remember correctly, eco-robotics uses AI to identify and spray weeds with pinpoint accuracy, which reduces chemical usage and promotes sustainable farming. Harvest automation, and we have robots equipped with computer vision now, such as the Muthu, that autonomous platform, which will assist in harvesting crops like fruits and vegetables, and will also address labor shortages in the agricultural sector. Next slide, please. Okay. And there are many benefits of AI and robotics, which you hopefully see by now, but the automation of repetitive tasks, because AI can automate routine, repetitive, and tedious tasks, including digital tasks such as data collection, pre-processing, and physical tasks such as warehouse stocking and manufacturing processes. Faster insight from data, analyzing data sets, which is seen in the large language models. Enhanced decision making, and this can be used either for decision support or fully automated decision making, although I do not recommend that currently because of AI's limitations and since it's not perfect. but AI enables faster and more accurate predictions and reliable data-driven decisions. And this combined with automation enables businesses to act on opportunities and respond to crises as they emerge in real time and without human intervention. A big benefit of this is fewer human errors, which can guide people through the proper steps of a process, flag potential errors before they occur, and can even fully automate processes without human intervention. AI is available 24/7, humans are not, and AI can deliver consistent performances every time, and tools such as AI chatbots or virtual assistants can lighten staffing demands for customer service or support. And a really big benefit with AI and robotics is reduced physical risks. And by automating dangerous work such as handling explosives or performing tasks in deep ocean or like high altitudes, even outer space, AI can eliminate the need to put human workers at risk of injury or even worse. But however, while self-driving cars and other vehicles have yet to be perfected, they offer the potential to reduce the risk of injury to passengers. Next slide, please. Okay. Well, obviously with robots and AI combined, there are obviously some challenges that are presented. A big one is cybersecurity concerns with AI integration, which will increase digital connectivity, but that also opens more potential points for cyber attacks, and manufacturers need advanced cybersecurity measures to protect sensitive systems. Currently, IBM is providing very advanced protection to their robots and machines. And operational and model risks and manufacturing, it requires high accuracy and reliability, but some AI models, such as generative AI, are still maturing. Current models can lack the precision needed in production environments, and obviously there's some ethics and legal risks that occur here. We're even seeing that as high as the US Supreme Court and the President's Office. And another big concern here is the data quality and availability. And AI, it requires high quality data, but many manufacturers often lack the clean and structured and application-specific data needed for reliable insights, which is very true in many different fields, especially quality control, where incomplete defect data can impact model accuracy. This was also seen when a robot that was actually supposed to cure a type of disease was actually found to be racist because it was trained on a set of data that was not racially equal. So that's how the data quality and availability can affect the performance of robots and AI. Next slide, please. Thank you. This is a nice graphic that I like, which is the future of AI and what it holds for us. And we see here that maybe within 5-10 years, we could see AI being a truck driver or generating a top 40 pop song. Maybe in 30-40 years, we see it as a retail salesperson. Maybe even 40-50 years, could even write a New York Times bestseller on its own without any human. But with 50 plus years, we could see all human tasks and brain-to-computer interface that could allow humans to augment themselves, which obviously sounds really revolutionary and really beneficial, but as said before, there are ethical and legal concerns that come with this. Next slide, please. Good. Okay. And as we look to the future of robotics and AI, there are some exciting developments on the horizon. We're seeing the rise of general-purpose robots that can adapt to multiple environments, not just factories, but also homes and disaster zones. And swarm robotics, which is taking inspiration from nature, by using many simple bots working together to accomplish complex tasks. Human-robot collaboration will deepen, with robots enhancing our capabilities rather than replacing us with proper insight. And crucially, ethical and responsible robotics must be at the forefront as these technologies scale. Both all these advances, I want to leave you guys with an important reminder from Sam Altman. Generative AI is a tool that can be used for good or bad, and we need to be mindful of its potential impact on society. And next slide, please. Oh, yeah, that's it. Thank you for having me, and any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
This gentleman has a question?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on having like soft robots be more essential to like for safety? For example, like people talk about, oh, we want like robot teachers, but I think a lot of people are uncomfortable like having like a very strong type of android that could harm someone, be with children. So like, do you think that soft robotics should be more taken more seriously as a safety concern because it won't be able to exert a lot of force on the environment and just be generally more safe?
Okay, so the gentleman's question in brief is basically concerned about robots in education, and the aspects around, the robots teaching humans. Is that your question about?
Well, just not in education, but in general. Like even like a robot stocking shelves, it could damage hurt a person. So like if the robot was made out of soft materials, like humans are made out of very spongy meat, basically.
Yeah.
If the robot was a soft, more spongy material,
so
and not like made out of like hard actuators that can be superhuman,
yeah.
should that be considered for a general public requirement, or strive to at least be more in that direction for a soft robotics? Should that be more implemented for the general public?
Should we be concerned about robots hurting people in general?
I think that's a fundamental concern, but my question is, should they be soft robots rather than like actuators?
Should they be what?
Soft, like soft, made by soft materials.
Oh, soft materials? Seriously? How do you do that? Okay, I'm kind of in manufacturing, so
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. SpongeBob.
There are soft, like robot hands that are.
Oh, robotic hands. Okay.
It's like a flexible plastic.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like a hard claw. So like these type of soft robotics are safe for the packages.
Okay, so this gentleman had the idea of designing robotics with a soft touching surface so that it does not hurt people. What do you think of that?
So, like fabric, styrofoam robots, like just actually physically soft?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, physically soft. That's a great idea, actually, to prevent robots from harming people. And as you see, I actually had the opportunity at the national conference for TSA. I got to have the opportunity to hug one of the Tesla Optimus robots. And I noticed that's actually really hard. So I think that your idea with making it softer would be really beneficial. And same with the robot dogs that were at that conference. They're also made of hard plastic and metal. So I feel like if we see that implemented into kind of service animals or even pets, then we should definitely consider making them like made of some soft material.
Back in China, there's also already have a robot policeman. They have an non-lethal weapon. That is robot policeman can deploy against humans. So if we no time, you provided the timeline. And I'm wondering where the Terminator fit on your timeline, because once robots start to build their own robots, and then you can get out of control, right? So yeah, that is a big concern. It could be the Terminator movie coming to reality. Anyway, okay. So any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. So how can we bridge the gap between the simulation trained AI and the real world robotics? Because real world is a lot more complicated, right? There are a lot of unpredictable situations, right? Like the robot never seen. So how can we bridge the gap?
Okay, so this gentleman's question: how do you bridge the gap between simulation in robotics and robotics in reality? Basically, you are trying to train a car to drive by itself in a virtual world, and then drive a car in San Francisco. How how do you address that?
So like transitioning from driving a car, kind of like a video game simulator to an actual street driving car, is what the question is?
No, I think that the simulation is always like limited, right? So there's a famous experiment. Somebody brought like Tesla FSD into a private jet airport that the Tesla never saw. So Tesla just like directly hit the private jet because it never saw that. So he thought that's not like a risk. So this shows the huge risk if the robot doesn't see any real world situation, right? It never changed before. Then the huge risk will be there. So how can we bridge the gap?
Yeah, basically, he's saying that